Okay, so I'm using this new program, OBS. I'm trying it out. I hit streaming before. Still trying to figure this stuff out. Always fun. But now I'm going to go over to the YouTube and see if it's actually showing there. If it says that it's streaming. And if it can go live. But now I just need to figure out where it goes live without revealing too much information of all my stuff here. Because Steven Silver live stream, but I think that's an old one. All right, live streaming. Let's see. What if I go to that? Live. Here we go. Here we go. You go live streaming. All right, so I'm on there. Let me see here. Say hello to Super Chat. Purchase highlight turn on. Okay, wait, hold on. Highlighted chat messages to stand out during your streams. The best part, you own a share of the purchase. I don't know what that is, what that means. Is that maybe not now? I don't know. Let me see. Go live. Is this now going live? What if I write something, say something? Hello? Is there anybody out there? Go live. To start streaming, start your encoder, the status bar. Who did that? Hello there. Did this just start just now, or have you been seeing this the whole time since I started it, or did it just go live since I hit the go live button? And yes, I am coming to CSUN. I shall be there soon. So again, I'm just trying to figure this. I'm just trying to figure out. I was using this OBS software. I'm just trying to figure out if you guys are watching it from the beginning or just since I hit go live. So, because you can see and hear me. So, okay. So, what I need to just do. Hi, Noah. How's it going? Yeah, I'm just trying to figure this all out. So, I'm on this OBS, but I guess I'm going live now. So, this is saying I'm live. So it's been about 2 minutes. You started, you stopped, and now you're back. I just came on now. So I'm just trying to see how. I figure if I'm gonna do this and mess around with this, let me see here. I can see these. I got to move that over to the side, but I don't want to reveal my whole desktop either. So I guess you guys can see everything. Like I guess again, I'm still confused. I'm using this OBS, and what I ideally want to do is be able to see your chat, so I can have a full screen and everything through there. You know, as I'm just on here. Anyway, I was just messing around before, and I did this little character. Don't ask. This is part of my unconscious doodling that I do just when I'm drawing, and it's just random stuff. You know, when I'm drawing. So I'm relieved to say I'm just on here right now because I don't know. Can you guys even see me? I think maybe you guys can even see me. So I better not pick my nose or anything. But I'm just coming. Yeah, all my books are done. They're out. And now I'm just was finishing up some stuff and just taking a breather. It's almost lunchtime and just sitting here and just messing around, goofing around, figuring this out. But yeah. Uh-oh. It is. Is it over? That was quick. Uh-oh, I didn't get to buy. Is it still on, guys? Yeah, we can see you. We can see you. Okay. Okay, kind of freaked me out there. I'm like, no, not again. When did you last draw a moose? Not in a long time, but let me see here. I'm going to draw a moose. See if there's something that I can think about a moose. A moose has some big nostrils, I think. And a moose has, of course, little moose horns. Let's just get some moose horns through there. I don't know. We got that. They got to have ears, right? So they got some ears through there. They got almost like a big mouth thing going on there. Let's make him an angry moose. Oh no, but it's not really angry now. See that? Just because I had that smile right there and I gave him an angry look, that made him almost like a little bit more sinister through there. If I got rid of that smile, if I didn't do something like that, well then all of a sudden now it's amazing just by simply just taking all that same information and now just turning my mouth down that way. Now we got a whole different beast, whole different look. Anyway, that's my little moose drawing. Yeah, let's see here. Let me look at, let me see. I think you see all the chat session at once. Yeah, because when I'm drawing on here, I couldn't actually see it. I think it gets sort of like covered up. So I'm not sure what I'm sort of like doing here with this. But yeah, hopefully, you know, I got enough room. I can see your chatter. Maybe I kind of like this. I'll just do it this way. See what happens. All right. Anyway, just messing around here. I'm just doing some unconscious doodling. Someone just said, draw a moose. Give me something to draw. Tell me something just to draw. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens if I can do this on the spur of the moment. All right. Let me see if there's any other questions here. Oh, I saw that. When did you last draw a moose? All right. You guys there? Hello, hello. Is there anybody out there? Cool Ninja. A cool ninja. So is he, you're saying that is a cool ninja. So is he all kind of like acting cool? Or is he just a cool ninja, you know? Maybe got this guy and is just kind of like, hey, I am really cool. And he's got his eyes up like that. You can't really see his... So it's maybe all in his expression there. Maybe his eyes have got to be just a little bit more squinty through there. So it's kind of got that, hey, I'm really cool. So there's a cool ninja. It's got, that's his hand. See how rough I'm sort of drawing? That's what you always got to do. Always remember, just draw real loose and rough. You're not trying to find all the final details, you know, right now. That's going to come. That's going to come. He's got his ninja pants on there. He's got his little ninja thing there and his little flat feet because he's sort of like a ninja. And then if I want to erase all that, I'll erase that afterwards. That's all, you know, we sort of like want to do. It's always nice to give just a little bit of a tilt to the character through there. All right, there's a cool ninja. Okay, there you go. There's a lot of delay. Oh no, video lagged. See, this is the problem. I'm using this OBS, I think it's called, and I'm messing around with that. Oh, draw a depressed psychologist. Okay, well, let's maybe have him, I guess maybe he's probably got to be on his little couch or something, right, through there. So he's got his little couch, and maybe he's all sort of like slumped over there. He's doing exactly what his patients do. But now his arm's just sort of hanging and dragging. Maybe his, let's see, what sort of direction do I want his head? I can have his head overlapping. See, this is where the experimentation. I can have his head like up there. Let me get my eraser just a little bit bigger. Oh, that's all right. Let me just erase that. So now I got this body. So sometimes it's nice, you can even just start with the body. You know, just get that body drawn in there first. Don't even worry about the head. Do the head afterwards. I know. This guy's just no, I don't know. So maybe his head sort of, he's depressed. Maybe it's like, what's his name? that psychologist. What's his name? Sigmund Freud, or Sigmund Freud. There, it's Sigmund Freud, the depressed psychologist, sitting there. And he doesn't know what to tell his patients anymore. I don't know. There you go, sort of in there. I need to drop the weight just a little bit. Feels a little bit like it's floating. So by making that just a little bit flatter right there, that's all I needed to do to add that extra little bit of weight to my character. See that? Let me see here. Draw an alley cat. You made it back. Draw a senior citizen. That's actually the eater of worlds. In character design arena, the media matters. I'm a more traditional artist, so I'm afraid for that. There's nothing to be afraid of. Don't be afraid of anything. Just you got to switch it up. You're going to have to use traditional mediums. You're going to have to use the computer. It's a new age, and you have to adapt. Because if you don't adapt, if you don't evolve, you're going to fall behind. You know, it's like, remember the people, Whirlpool, who made the first washer and dryer. If they just kept the same washer and dryer, and they didn't evolve and make it better and use different tools, you could say that about any company, you're going to have nothing. So you got to evolve. A dapper shark. I was going to say Dr. Katz. Okay, draw Don Rickles. Don Rickles. See, that's the challenge. See that? Don Rickles. Okay, so when I think about Don Rickles, he's a comedian, if you guys don't know. He's a shorter comedian guy. And he really harped on people. And he was bald, and his eyes were intense, and they had big bags underneath them, you know, through there. And his nose. And he was sort of always yelling at people. Maybe there were some hairs up there. And he'd always wear a suit, and he had a little bow tie. Okay, so again, when you're doing this, we're just trying to find the feeling. I'm going to make him angry, so I'm going to get some energy. I'm going to get some hard lines in there. That's making him feel just a little bit angrier. Why you? And he's got maybe smoke coming out of his ears. All right, he was a small, little more of a pudgy guy. His little legs through there. All right, that's my Don Rickles. Maybe. And his eyes were very intense. His eyebrows were very intense. That's what I remember about him. That's why this is why observation. Always just try to think when you see people, when you do things, maybe he's got sweat coming off of him. All right. Let's see. Draw the saddest lamp. The saddest lamp. I think, the sad lamp is the lamp that's just going to be, off. It's just off. That's on, that's off, but the off switch is going down. So it's a sad lamp. Let me see here. Make me crazy old cross script. I'd like to see some scared or fear based poses. Well, you gotta, oops, I don't know what just happened there. You gotta remember, just when doing something, again, you're scared or you fear, so there's a couple of different expressions. So what's going to happen if I have a face and is going to be scared? What's going to happen is usually those eyes might get just a little bit wider, could get just a little bit more intense on the bottom, through there. Okay, so that's that's where the tense is. Already you can start to feel something's going on there. All right, the nose doesn't really matter so much. And then the scared, that mouth could be open, just a little bit through there. And then what's going to happen is you're going to get maybe just a little bit more of a pinch. That kind of starts to happen up there, because now you're just a little bit more worried, and you got that sort of worried look. Maybe the mouth's open just a little bit. That could be a little bit more scared. All right. And then, what did you say? You said crazy making, I'm sorry about, the cross script. I don't know what's going on. And then all of a sudden I can make that person just even more intense by a little bit more scared there too. Maybe that was more of a worried, maybe a little bit more scared here by just raising those eyebrows up. You're not going to have so much of a pinch happening up through there. Anyway, yeah, I think this is lagging. Something's going on. So you guys still there? Is everything still working? Is everything still moving? Just give me a thumbs up or something. Let me know, because I know it's slow, me getting your thing over there. And I'm probably not doing this right, really, based on... Oh, shoot. Based on my luck with computers. So, let me see here. What about body language when it comes to fear? So body language when it comes to fear, again, it's like you just got to think. More importantly, all I can say is you have to observe. You got to keep observing. So fear, what's going to happen is you're backing away from something. So that's the logical mindset. So I'm moving away from someone. So my body in fear might just start to get just a little bit, pushed back, and my hands could be, closer, and that could represent, a fear. So anything that's moving in a backwards motion, all right? You're not lunging into something you're terrified of. That's being brave. That's like going for it. I'm gonna freaking stab you. I'm gonna come and get you. I'm angry at you. So now your whole body is sort of moving towards that person. Right? He's flying, moving into him. He's gonna get you. All right, so that's what we're sort of looking at, is moving forward. That's what's happening. Draw your favorite character from a current film. Okay, well, I drew him. It's not fair, but I kind of got to draw him again. And what I'm sort of like, yes, I still see you. Okay. Yep, working. Can't wait. Draw your favorite character. I just love The Walking Dead, and I love the character Negan. Now, you can't just draw Negan just standing straight. What Negan has, that guy, what a great posture. It's just like he leans back, and he stands there, and it's just kind of, his legs sometimes get just bent just a little bit through there. And is leaning back, and is sort of tilting, and is holding his bat. And it's just, his whole body language is just like, can you believe where... he's like the craziest, coolest villain ever. Hey! Knock it off. Hello. Thank you. That's not a good sign. See, that was the mail lady, and she just dropped off a package at my door, which means someone's package just got returned. I don't like that. All right, so that's no fun. But anyway, so Negan, is sort of like tilted back and has sort of got that feeling. So what you're always trying to find is try to do it in a stick figure first. Don't try to detail. If it's not working in the stick figure, then it's not going to work at all. Maybe you could even have that head leaning forward there. It's like, are you serious? You gotta be kidding me. And it's just expression. It's just like moving around like that. It's just kind of fun. And that's what I'm sort of like thinking of. What's her name? Lucille? The bat's name? I can't remember. So it's getting that sort of body attitude like that. So that's what I'm always looking for, through there. All right. And then I can start to get all the details, and I could get his little red thing through there. And then I can start building up his body and all that stuff. And you got his boots, because the details always come afterwards. And he's got those thick eyebrows, and he's got that horrible smile. It's just evil. Oh, are you kidding me? And his hair sort of long. It's got that sort of thick eyebrows. Anyway, that's how I start to build it up in doing some sort of little quick sketch here. All right, I've always searching hard emotions to draw my webcomic, especially because some of my characters have really big problems on traumas, so they're really sad and they try to hide it. Yeah, so this is, you got to study acting. This is where I say more artists just need to start acting. Like the sad look on the eyes, trying to look happy for others. Woo dog, I'm getting sounds like something Negan would say. I'm gonna get you. My reaction of cold water hitting me, though, Laris, I could almost see myself, so I had to draw my reaction to the cold water hitting me. I'm trying to observe everything. Yeah, no, that's what you do, and even tape it. For the Schoolisms courses, what software is recommended? I've been doing digital art for over a year and comfortable with... For me, I love using the program Mischief, and I use Photoshop through there. So that's what again, it's like I think because you can really use anything. Let's see. Question. In a portfolio, would it be better to specialize it or make it show that you're versatile? Well, you got to specialize it in your what you do: character design, background design, prop design. But be extremely versatile within that world. That's the best bet. You don't want to be all over the place. That's the problem that a lot of people make. So make sure that especially if you want to do production, that's what you want to do. I mean, there's some guys out there that have the one style. They got their look. They do their thing, and it's awesome. And that's what they get hired just to do that. And they're illustrators, and they do everything. So there's those. But the reality, 95% of people who want to work in this industry need to be as versatile as possible. I like where you guys write question right there. That makes it easy. What do you think is the biggest mistake young artists make in their portfolio? Is just not having enough variety and not having enough versatility through there and of one idea. Not putting a lot of that in. You got to make sure that you really get specific as to what it is you want to do, and you got to have the skill set. So be good at what you do. Bottom line, that's what people are looking for, and be distinctive, and don't just follow the masses and what the schools. If they tell you there's one way of thinking, like some of these bigger schools, unfortunately, everyone's portfolio looks identical. So you got to just be distinctive and be different is what you got to do. I don't want more awesome. The fact that Steven read my text. Nice. What do you think? Can you sketch a pinup? All right. So if we draw this, and that's like a little circle, and that could be like the top of the pin, and then it's going just a little bit down like that, and then I'm almost just sort of like looking at an upshot of that pin. And then maybe there's the shadow. Hey, Coco, come on. No, I'm just kidding. That's my pinup. But what I can do from there is maybe I can add another breast through there. Hey! Come on! My dog jumped over the bridge one time off the second story, and I'm surprised that I still let him be there. All right, so here's my pinup. Let's see what's happening here. Let's, I don't know. I want to get a little bit more of a twist in there. Let's get that. And then we've got the shoulders up here. Maybe we can have this leg coming forward. So she's really twisting through there. That body's like going all in that direction. And then we got the kneecap through there. Maybe that leg's going back behind there. And then maybe she's got her arm sort of resting back here. And maybe she's holding a pina colada, I don't know, a drink. All right, and then let's see, maybe she's got her head tilted forward. See how I did that? Just kind of throw your head shapes, don't feel you got to draw your head first all the time. That's where the beauty of it. Like that head could be going in so many different ways just now, but because I threw it in at the last thing. Shoulders are too broad for me. Let's get her nose shape through here, Not all girls have upturned noses. We don't always have to draw upturned noses on girls, That's the one thing I see all the time. Everyone draws the girls with their upturned noses all the time. So she doesn't have to have an upturned nose. But she can have a smile. maybe she's looking up. And maybe her hair is sort of coming down. Maybe she's got thick eyebrows. Because thick eyebrows are cool. Maybe I want to just give her a little bit more of a, be able to see that chin shape just there. Just a little bit through there. Just a little something. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe she's got some pigtails going on. Maybe she's got 3 pigtails. She's fun. She's unique. She wants to be different. I don't know. There you have it. Question: self-study or art school? You know, in all honesty, the school system has just changed. It's like it's all about, people aren't hiring you based on your degrees. Sometimes they'll say that at the edge of an application, but what people are really looking for is just that you're sort of up to date with stuff, and also that you're good at what you do. So it's, how do you get that? Trust me, I've heard enough people in school who have horrible teachers, or are taking all these classes that they don't even want to be in, because they have to meet specific needs. The schools will tell people that they can't take character design until their 3rd year, or they can't do figure drawing until their 2nd year, and put all these restrictions on the medium, when the reality is you got to have these things available to you 24/7 all the time. So when you self-study, and that's what I did, I self-studied, I never went to art school. And you self-study, and that's what you're doing. It's just like you're taking the initiative, and sometimes that's the hard thing for people, is to take the initiative and get started. So they need that extra boost, and they need to be surrounded by that. But if you feel, and it's not that you have to be this sort of person, but if you can change your ways, change your habits, and start to decide that, I'm going to decide right now that I'm going to set up a regiment for myself, and I'm going to study with intention the things that I know that I need to do to get the job that I want. What do you want to be? You want to be the animal expert? Learn how to draw animals. You want to be the human anatomy expert? Learn how to draw the human anatomy. You want to be the character designer, prop designer, you name it, learn how to do those things and do it effectively and the right way. And that's what you just need to do. So just put in the effort and the time. All right. So just keep that in mind. So hopefully that asks a question. Let's see what's going on here. A lot of questions popping down. I wish Coco, my dog, could read, but she can't. So I need to read these myself. I'm actually having problems with babies on my drawings because they have weird proportions. When I compare them to the rest of the characters. Babies are very simple. It's like, it's really, you just got to have the mass. You got the big giant head, and babies, what they don't have is a neck. And that's where people go wrong with babies. They give them necks. They sit on top of the body, through there, and everything just gets a little bit bigger through there. And that's what we're sort of playing with, with the babies. And they got, maybe sometimes they have teeth, sometimes they don't, but you can put their eyes wherever. That's still a baby. I'm throwing it way up there. Why not? Maybe I'm going to throw this baby's eyes way over there. Why not? Maybe I'm going to throw this baby's eyes right in the middle here. Why not? So you can have fun with it, see what happens, but just rest that head on top of those shoulders. Can I have some tips on anatomy? No. Sorry, Tuna. I would advise you over to the anatomy experts on that, Proco, there you go, Proco. He'll give it to you for sure. Go to Proco, and that's where I would go. Let's see. It's true. Went to school for animation. Didn't take the character and design animation till senior year. That's crazy. Held me back and made you a late learner, so they can take your money. That's what they're trying to do. They don't want to teach you. They don't want to have to draw in front of you. They don't want to have to walk around and maybe suggest to you what's wrong with your drawing. Not that it's just wrong, but how you can make it right. That's what teaching's all about. This is why I love teaching small classes where I just teach like 5 students at a time. just, you got to be present for them. That's what's missing. It's just, there's so many teachers that won't even draw in front of the students. That's the craziest thing. It's like they're afraid, it's like you have to show them what to do. I don't know. It's disappointing, but what are you going to do? Can you give some tips on caricature? I really loved your Game of Thrones series. Just with caricature, it's all about shape variety and shape variation. It's just very important and it's the exact same thing with character design, is just when you have a character, just all about placement. Something that I call avoiding the ladder, that you guys will read about. And that's something that you just don't want to make everything just so even in the design. This is where people start to go wrong. So squint your eyes. Make sure you're squinting your eyes when you're looking at people. Again, try to determine the shape of the character's head. Is it circle? Is it oval? Rectangle? What is that shape? And then you can start to build up from there. All right. Let me see. I bought the Bridgman's book and been doing figure drawing. That's a good book. Bridgman, Andrew Loomis. Let me see. The Silver Way. See that? How I threw in that plug right there. Can you freestyle rap? You have a nice voice. I think I can rap, but then I think I don't. I think I don't know what I'm saying as I'm doing this. It's been a long week. The 2-second drawings of Baby actually really awesome. Cool. Thoughts on anime. Anime, don't stick with it. You can have fun with it, goof around with it, play with it right now if that's what you want to do. But the reality is, if you want to work in this industry, don't just stick with anime. If you don't want to work in the industry and you just want to have fun and you're sort of like a weekend cartoonist, artist, and you want to do that, draw away, have at it, but not if you're trying to build a professional portfolio. But it's an art form. Admire it, watch it, enjoy it, embrace it, but look at other things too. It's like you don't just watch horror movies, or you don't just watch dramas, or you don't just watch documentaries. You watch all of them. You want to be well versed, and that's what you're doing with art and animation. Look at everything. All right. Question: in order to stay current, would you draw from life? Well, yeah, absolutely. You never stop drawing from life. That's very, very, very important. How do you cope with a bad art job? Sometimes you gotta quit, my friend. Sometimes you gotta quit. I'm kind of stuck at one for the next couple months. Have you ever been in a situation? I've worked on projects, absolutely, that are miserable hate. Usually, if it's a short term, just see it all the way through. Be the professional. Other times, if this is endangering your health and your existence, quit. And do what you got to do. Otherwise, speak up and tell people why you have to leave. You don't want to leave, but this is why you have to leave, because of this situation. And again, it's not, sometimes you're going to burn those bridges, but there's so much work coming out these days and a lot of content needed. I would say don't be a fool and stick in with something that's destroying your every existence. So sometimes you just got to walk away. That's the reality. All right. 89 and $1 when it comes to professional art courses. I don't know what that's all about. You can draw from books and references at first, and when you feel confident enough, draw from life. Who influenced you? My biggest influences were Mad Magazine, Mort Drucker, Jack Davis, other artists, Al Hirschfeld, caricature artist, Uderzo, Norman Rockwell. So many. All right, let me see here. Fire. Tom Banco's Character Mentor is a fantastic book. Highly recommended. Would you say it's worth having an alias if you produce different varieties of work? No, not at all. I think show that. You can categorize your section. Let people know how versatile you are. The more the merrier. Kickstarter, just send me the message. They just mail me the book. Gonna have to wait like 2 weeks for the Silverway. Oh, well, hey, listen, I'm sorry. Yeah, international shipping of the book was just, you guys know, it's a nightmare. It's expensive and all these things, but it's getting there. But I'm glad you got that notification. Let me see. Can you draw a humanoid dog? Let's see, humanoid dog. Well, I guess what I'm just going to sort of start with is, once again, I just want to start with my shapes, and that could be any shape. Maybe I'm starting with a shape like that, and then maybe I'm starting with a shape like that, and then I got his rib cage through there, and then I got his pelvis through there, and I got his tail, and maybe it's got a little button on it. Remember, all these are copywritten, so don't use them for your school projects. No, just kidding. Let me see. Humanoid dog, and maybe it's got just an electronic ear, and it's got some little lights in it there. And maybe he's got one ear that's just goes down because that's what he has. And let's give him some eyes. I don't know, some big oval eyes, just make him feel a little different for some reason. Maybe he's got a little rib cage thing going on there. Now these legs, he's got his shoulder blade up there. I want to think about the ground plane my dog's standing on through there, so I'm going to do something like that. Pull that back leg, that sits over there, that other back leg's going to sit over there, and then then afterwards you can start to get all the little details through there. I don't know, that's something beginning. It's the beginning. How would you price yourself, especially for a noob artist with very little experience? Listen, at least over 15-20 bucks an hour, for sure. If you're going to get into 30, just think about an hourly rate. Just start considering that. But you don't want to do it for $3 an hour, things like that. People need you, so don't beat up on yourself so much. The minute, again, guys, remember, the minute someone wants your artwork, then willing to pay money for it, they're coming to you because you got an asset that they're incapable of performing or doing, and that's why they're coming to you, all right? So they need your expertise, just like you need the mechanic's expertise. You're going to go to get your car fixed or your bike fixed. Maybe you don't know how to fix your bike, and you go to the bike shop, and you got to ask the guy to, hey, I need your expertise. How much is it to change the tire? It's $15 to change the tire. 15 bucks? You know how to change a tire? I don't know how to change a tire. Okay, I'll pay you the 15 bucks. And that's what happens. So remember, don't undervalue yourself. People need you. All right. The best portfolio is showing that you can adapt and be versatile, show you can draw other art styles and can fit right into their company. That's exactly right. Your book is available in Amazon. Yes, it'll be available in Amazon next month. So international. And I think depending on your program you have, you can cut down on the shipping. Unfortunately, I can't cut down on the shipping, guys. I wish I could. It's just I go to the post office and they want 60 bucks to send it just to England. It's just like, so it's crazy. It's crazy, I'm telling you. Are there any pitfalls I should look out for when learning to draw the human face? I struggle with the same face syndrome, and I'm just beginning with learning expressions. You got to get the silver way. That's going to break it all down for you. That'll tell you. But, the reality is what you look at. I mean, you always got to be just drawing people all the time and observing them and seeing all the different shapes. The best thing to do is grab a bunch of heads all on one sheet. And the best thing is like a high school yearbook. If you guys have your high school yearbook, go to your teacher page and look at all your teachers. They're all on one page. And look at all those faces on there, and just look at the variety and look at the just different relationships of faces, okay? Here in California, per hour, bigger companies pay a salary rate, but if you're beginning independent, that's a good start. Don't undervalue yourself. Thank you. Lego good. Let me see. Are you going to make a sequel to your book called The Golden Way? Not for a long time. If you have a strong personal style that people find appealing, is it still crucial? Is it still crucial to become a better draftsman from life? Obviously, regardless, it's always good to try and improve anyway. Okay, hold on. If you have a strong personal style that people find appealing, is it still crucial to become a better draftsman from life? No, yeah, no, absolutely. Again, I'd be careful. The only thing I will say is this. I'm just going to back out on this just a little bit here so people who are joining us late can see that I was just messing around and just drawing just a bunch of little things here that people were asking me to do. Look at that weird way that it's all going through there. All right. Anyway, I'll just show that here, just because I'm not drawing right now. What I will say is, when I was teaching, I used to teach a caricature gesture drawing class. You know, teaching not just gesture drawing, but how to caricature the gesture drawing. And in that class, I'd get my students all loose and get them all just the energy and doing all that stuff in there. And then one of the students in particular, he started taking other classes. That's the problem. He should have never taken classes from anyone else. No, just kidding. He was taking other classes and learning how to draw the anatomy. And then he came back into my class, one of my drawing nights that I had where people had come, and his stuff was getting so good. You know, it's just loose. He came back, and I'm walking around just checking out people's work on the drawing nights and going, "Hey, man, what's going on with your work? You're all tight. It's all tight." So he started to tell me he's taking an anatomy class. He's learning how to draw the anatomy. I'm like, man, that's sucking the life out of you. You're sucking the life. It's good to know, but come on, this is with a problem where sometimes you want to have that balance between both, but you still got to go back to keeping it loose and finding that energy and not getting so stuck on all the muscles, because it tightens up the drawing and it becomes boring, right? It's almost like if you're just tracing over something completely just to make it look just like that thing, it's not as interesting looking as when you just exaggerate it just a little bit further. You take that pose and you push it just a little bit more, and all the life got sucked out of him. So that's why I would say be careful with that. But if you find that people are really reacting to your expression and your movement and the life in your characters, what I would say is don't go to a school where or anyone who's going to teach you how to do it the correct way, or the anatomy, so to speak. Go to just life drawing, but have fun and do it uninstructed and have fun with it and stay loose with it. And that's what I would recommend. Okay, how big is that canvas? That's the power of Mischief. It can get as big and as small as you like. This is called Mischief. Would it hurt your portfolio to have one style interested in comic strips? Question. Well, yeah, if you want to just get into doing, say, comic strips or comics, I would say have a strong, definite style. But the reality, you know what the reality, guys, now is? If you want to do independent comics, if you want to do comics, don't waste your time trying to find a publisher. Just don't. Don't waste your time trying to have them do everything for you and hope that they're going to accept you. You got to create your own comic in your own style, and you build your own publishing label and you sell it because that's what people are buying anyway. And you own all the rights and you'll earn all the money and you get everything. And if it's a publisher and a publisher deal where they're just like giving you an advance, they're going to own everything. You'll get your little bit of advance. You're going to make more money at the end of the day and have such pride that it's your own thing. So make your own comics. If your desire is to work for DC and Marvel and do all that, well, make sure you're extremely familiar with their brand. Make sure you're extremely familiar with all the comic styles they do. We see all the different varieties of style. And start to just put, build up still a strong style, because that's what they want. They want consistency. So no matter what you do, when you're trying to get into magazines, trying to be a book illustrator, children's book illustrator, they want a distinctive style. That way they know every time they hire you, they're getting the same person. In animation, it's a whole different beast. In entertainment, video games, things like that, a whole different beast. So that's why you have to make sure that you kind of get distinctive with that, but know what it is that you want to do, and that's when things are going to work out. All right? Let's see, my eyes are getting batty, and what time is it? I'm getting hungry. It's 12:20. I need to eat. Okay, let's see here. A few more questions here. See, my eyes are getting screwed because the things are scrolling up like that. When you have a scene with a group of characters, how do you plan interesting poses without looks like confusing? The bottom line is it just comes down to this. It's like whatever your composition is, I don't care what it is, I'm gonna do this even more. I'm just gonna do this. Hold on here. It's not I usually don't. I never pick up my house phone. I usually let my wife do that. So if I have something like this, all right, here's all this little stuff right there. How does that? What do you think about that? All right, is that appealing to you? Does that feel good? Or what about this? What if we do something like this? How does that feel to you? A little bit easier on the eyes, you know? That's all we're looking for. We're looking for clarity. We're just looking for that grouping. So whatever it is, first you got to ask, where do you want people to look? Well, right there. Why? Because that's the biggest part on there. You know, where am I looking here? All over the place. You know, but now my eye goes there. So where do you want your, on composition, where do you want people to look? In any framing, in any staging, you're doing the same thing. I want my character, you know, to be looking here. You know, it's like, what's sort of like going on? You know, is this out of focus? Is this darker? You know, to where this becomes lighter, you know, within a scene or something. And now my eye wants to go there. So that's all you got to tell yourself is where you want your eye to look. And the best way to do that is close your eyes and open them back up. And see what you see. Oh, I see that. My eye goes there first. Okay, good. Then it worked. Question: what advice would you give beginner who wants to start background environment designing? Again, it's like I said before with these other things, you just got to start. You just got to make sure that you just start. That's, you have it in your sentence right there. Wants to start background, just start. Start drawing, observing from life all the time, and of course learn perspective more than anything. That's going to be your best friend. You got to learn the foundation, and that's the foundation, is learning this perspective. Anyway, thanks guys for watching and just jumping in. I guess I'm not really going to plan these. I'm just going to do them when I do them. That way it's more fun for me this way, and I don't put any pressure on myself. But thanks so much for watching this, and I will talk to you guys at another point. All right, thanks. And again, your books are on the way. Do the Kickstarter if you guys got those. So they're all done. They're all out. So just hold tight. Going to Europe or international takes a lot longer. Otherwise, it's still available. If you want, just do my website at silvertoons.com in the store. And any of you guys that did get the book, I would love if you guys wrote a little comment. Just share with other people, and for myself, I get to sort of see what your thoughts are in the comment section on the book review. All right, thanks guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Now I just got to figure out how to stop this. I think I go here and stop.